You had to be a big shot, didn't you? You had to open up your mouth. You had to be a big shot, didn't you? All your friends were so kind.
Hey, man, can I borrow a smoke? Are we on yet? Oh, God, sorry. Maybe, now, listen, it's all part of the gig here, right? This is supposed to be a funny... Okay, maybe I can borrow one of these off of Herman Cain's chief of staff. Welcome back to The Five. Seriously, folks, in all my years running political campaigns, and that's a lot of years, I've never seen anything like this. And I'm not kidding you. I've watched this ad 15 times. I don't get it. This is a Herman Cain ad, which for some unexplained reason has his chief of staff smoking. Take a look.
Herman Cain will put United back in the United States of America. And if I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be here. We've run a campaign like nobody's ever seen. But then, America's never seen a candidate like Herman Cain. We need you to get involved because together we can do this. We can take this country back.
I tell you, he ain't the Marlboro man, that's for sure. I actually met this guy who was with Cain doing another show here, and I met him. Nice fella, a little different. But does anybody, can you tell me the message of that ad?
Yes.
I was asking Andrea, please.
Oh,
then I'll ask
I didn't
you
hear
next.
it. Sorry.
I couldn't figure it out. I think it's the weirdest ad I've seen. And I've worked with some really weird campaign managers. They tend to be quirky individuals who like to stay up late at night. But this is the strangest thing I've ever seen. He says, I wouldn't be here without Herman Cain. My first thought was, who the heck are you?
Yeah, right.
You know, I think it's the smartest ad I've ever seen. You guys talk about Herman Cain getting it done without any money. Look at this. It's a terrible political ad, but it's on every network. I mean, I've seen this thing all day long.
But it's being made fun
ad.
of.
Yeah.
But it's got his name on it, doesn't it?
Well,
Call me whatever you want.
That's
sure.
not always
Use my
good.
Well, the
ahead,
other
Greg.
thing is they didn't release it. They produced it, and it was on the Herman Cain website, but it wasn't released as like an ad that we would all see. So somebody found it, and then that's how it's gotten.
If there's anybody in the Five who'll understand it, it's Greg.
That's,
Greg?
I mean, the point is the guy doesn't have any money for TV ads, so this is brilliant. Number two, he's smoking the competition. Number three, voting for Cain might be a risk, but it feels good. That's the message.
It's a good thing you're doing Red Eye and not politics today. Let me explain something about how these campaign ads work. I know you know a lot about this, but repetition matters. It's not just getting a hit on news shows, and the same people who watch that are a certain demographic. To get out to voters and to penetrate voters, you need to buy repetitive ads. If you're going to spend $1 million, would you put $1 million in Iowa on that ad?
Hold on. He didn't spend $1 million making that ad.
No, to buy the time.
Right. So he didn't pay a dime for us to roll that ad.
But you're not going to get enough penetration by showing it on news shows for a day.
2.5 million people just saw it.
Yeah, that one time. But you remember, when we do these things, we buy 100% penetration. We try to get every voter to see the ad at least one time every couple of days.
And if you're going to do an ad like this and you don't want to pay and you want to use the earned media strategy, why wouldn't you repeat a message that you're trying to get out there like 999? He's been repeating.
Because then it would be on the Five.
Listen, we got another ad coming up here. We got an ad that my crowd, the Democratic National Committee, the great committee, ran against Mitt Romney in Arizona. Do we have that, Ed?
Almost half of Arizona homeowners underwater. Foreclosures everywhere. And what's Mitt Romney's plan?
Don't try and stop the foreclosure process. Let it run its course and hit the bottom.
Let Arizonans hit the bottom?
Don't try and stop the foreclosure process. Let it run its course and hit the bottom.
Mitt Romney's message to Arizona? You're on your own.
Let it hit the bottom.
The Democratic National Committee is responsible for the content of this ad.
Now, I understood the message of that is very simple. Turn this country over to a businessman who's used to breaking up companies and putting people out of work, and that's what you're going to get. An insensitive guy that doesn't understand what it's like to be poor or middle class. Mitt Romney was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and he stayed that way, which is why he doesn't connect with American people.
I thought the message was hit the bottom.
I've already done that.
I know.
Can I take an alternative view?
Yes, please.
Which is that it's easy to take that little soundbite and they'll run it over and over. I actually think that what he said was quite courageous and bold, and it's what a lot of economists have been saying, that everybody's hurting in the housing, including the low income and the poor, because we haven't let the system hit bottom yet. I don't know if it's a good idea to let it go because it is so massive, but it actually it's supported by a lot of economists.
They cut him off.
What's stopping it? You guys yesterday said that Obama couldn't help. It wouldn't do anything about
No, we said it was a nice to have. It wasn't going to do enough.
But they should have played the whole quote. I mean, obviously they don't in these commercials, but they snipped it before he really explained what he was going to do, which was allow these to be.
Well, it makes sense. I'm sorry, but here's what it is. He may be that ad may be appealing to the far left. It's also appealing to the far right, who would say, a conservative would say, don't bail out the housing market. Don't bail out the banks. Don't bail out anyone anymore. Let the.
We don't want to bail you out. I'm going to ask you another question about another subject before we get out of here.
Well, I just want to say quickly, politically too, it shows that I think he's very scared of Mitt Romney, the DNC attacking him so soon, and also in Arizona. It shows that they want to be competitive in a state that they probably had discounted in the past.
Okay, now Rick Perry came out and attacked Mitt Romney on, of all things, the illegal immigrants in Massachusetts, where they had some sanctuary cities and some other things. Why is he doing that? I mean, it's the most vulnerable issue he's got, Perry.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is that it must be polling well in Iowa, because I think, why would you bring up the Achilles heel that you have, illegal immigration? And it's on an issue that it doesn't really make much sense. Most illegals do get treated.
It's like your illegal immigration problem is worse than my illegal.
That's exactly right. You know, I suppose this falls in the category of the best defense is a good offense. I mean, I can't think of anything else besides. Did you say I had 30 seconds left, or I'm supposed to get out? Tease. Okay. Coming up. Both sides of the political aisle trying to one-up themselves and each other using social media to get attention. I know what that's all about. Obama may have started it, but the Munchkins might try to be pulling into the lead. Good luck. That's next on the 5.
It's all right, it's all right, it's all right, yeah. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right, yeah. It's all right, it's all right.